guys, this is Dominique from the Budgeting Bunny, and for this video I'm going to be showing you guys how I plan to spend in the month of August. And if that's interested to you, then keep watching. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one. But let's get started. Okay, so this is going to be my budgeting for the month of August, starting the 1st through the 31st. Let me see if I can zoom in more. Okay, that's good. Okay. So for this month, I'm going to try to keep my expenses set in these goals, these parameters. So in a couple of videos ago, around a couple of months ago, I mentioned how I kind of wanted to where my bills are at 15%, my expenses are at a 20%, and then my savings are at a 15%, and then debt is also at a 15%. I believe so. That was my goal. I'm changing numbers up a little bit because I really want to get out of student loan debt, especially with them saying that they're going to start accumulating interest, and then they're not going to tell you what your interest is, and then when they tell you, they're going to backtrack. However long it takes for them to decide, they're going to backtrack how much you owe them in interest and add that to your debt. So I'm like, I don't like that. So you gotta go. You're no longer welcome in this household. But that's why debts are getting 25%. Now, in the future, once all my debts are gone, that's 25% of my income that I can just put straight into savings, and then I can put 25% towards expenses for me, for traveling, stuff, whatever, like that. But until we reach that goal, I know we can reach it. I know I can. But until I get to that goal, that's just how that's going to be. But it will be nice once that happens. So I'm going to click on budget allocation. So pretty much what that means is that I believe it locks everything at my set amount, or what does it do? I guess once I put my income in, it's going to tell me how much I am allowed to spend for each of those categories. And it's my job to make sure that everything fits within the number that it gives me. And if it's doesn't fit, then I have to change it. So job A already got paid. So we got $11.95. And just like that, it told me that for 15% of this income, I can only spend $179. I can only spend $119. I can only spend $597, and I can only spend $298. So I'm going to try to key in the rest of job A because I get paid 4 more times this month. So, and this check is the check that came in for the month of July. This is me working the last week of July, and that's why I was debating if I should put it on July's final numbers video, because this would have set me above the 6K requirement that I set for myself. But I told him no, if I did that, I'm only going to have 3 paychecks for August, and no, I didn't meet the goal. But let's see. So I'm going to estimate an 800. No, I'm gonna estimate 850 because my last normal paycheck was $892. So I did 2 hours of overtime. I'm not gonna have that overtime, so I think I can make 850. If not, I will adjust those numbers either on this spreadsheet or in September's. Another 850, another 850. My last check for my side hustle is coming in. I think that's going to be $300, and that should be coming in next week. Job B is only going to get the first paycheck. We're not going to get because they did not put me on the schedule quick enough for me to get paid for one of my August paychecks. because they get paid starting the 12th and then also on the 26th. I have not worked anything for the previous 2 weeks to get paid on the 12th. Therefore, I'm not going to get a check for the first one. But for the second one, I should be getting about $600. So I am estimating that I'm going to bring in $4,645. It told me I can only spend this much in this category. I can only spend this much in this category. This much, which we all know savings are going to change. And then lastly, this much. Sweet. Okay. So let's start filling stuff in, shall we? So I'm gonna budget out not 438. I still need to pay $17.49, and I'm going to put a 438. Don't show this again. Thank you very much. Internet's going to be a 30. Or no, I need a 65. And I'm going to put a 30. Zoom in a little bit more so you guys can see. There we go. Utilities is typically 160, but I'm gonna put in 80. Electricity is typically 65. I'm gonna also put in a 15 because I pay electricity once every 2 months, and I just paid it, so I'll actually do 16. Why not? For car, 120. I'm gonna do 60. Then phone is 30. I'm gonna do 15. So I still have this much money to left, which is good. Sweet. For gas, I'm gonna do 80. Already plan to spend 40. Groceries. I thought I didn't have groceries. I just checked my refrigerator. I have enough to last me a week and a half. So I was getting ready to go grocery shopping today. No, I have enough to make like a whole week's worth of dinners, a whole 1 week, 2 weeks worth of dinners, 1 week worth of lunches, and a 1 week worth of breakfast. And I was gonna go into the grocery store and spend another $150 for more groceries when I have stuff in there that's going to expire. So I need to pay attention to my groceries. Household's going to be a 20. I'm going to get 10 because I need paper towels, dish soap, and all that good stuff. Beauty, we're getting nothing for beauty. We're good with beauty. Fun money, I'm going to be very strict. I'm only going to give myself 35. And that's about it. Traveling gets nothing. Shopping. So this is going to be oddly specific because I just spent this money on Amazon buying me stuff that I wanted. So no shopping for the rest of the month. I'm fine with that. The month just started and I already maxed it out. In health, we need to budget for, I want to say $100. Then miscellaneous, we'll do $10. I have nothing for miscellaneous coming up. Awesome. Maybe later on in groceries, I can probably do 150 because I'm good for like almost the next 2 weeks. Okay. So these numbers look pretty decent. This number looks pretty decent as well. Okay. Next thing for challenges. I want the whole thing to go challenges, so that's simple. 464.5. I'm gonna have a summer savings challenge video coming up soon. Today is Saturday, so probably tomorrow it will be up. Um, the money that I'm spending for that summer savings challenge is not going to be included in this right here. It's just I owed my mom some money and I already set it to the side, but I set aside too much and I don't owe her all that. So now I have extra money and I'm like, oh, that's fun. I'm gonna put it in my savings. So the savings challenge video is not gonna be taken from this amount. Not yet, anyway. Cool. And lastly, let's look at debts. So I'm gonna want to put 1,000, and then we are going to put the 161.25. Cool. All this leftover money either is going to go into debts or it's going to go into savings. We will see. Because at the end of the day, anything that's left in savings, once summer savings challenges is done in September, which is one more month away, all that money that I save is either going to get put into debts or it's going to put into my emergency fund. I will decide that when I decide it. But yeah. So this is what August is looking at. Once the income finally comes in, which this one actually already came in, when the income actually comes in, that's when we'll start seeing it reflect up here on top. But so far, yeah, tells me that I have $341 left to spend. That's probably going to go towards the city card, or it's going to go towards student loans to make up for the fact I didn't save 1,000 last month, or it's going to go to savings. I don't know. It's going to go somewhere. Don't worry about it. But yeah. So with that being said, I have nothing else to talk about for this video. This is going to be the August breakdown, the goals and numbers I'm going to try to reach, and fingers crossed we can reach it. But yeah, I'm all done for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!